All right, let's talk about confidence, but not just talk about it. Today, we're actually going to build it. We're going to look at the blueprint for creating a kind of self-trust that is genuinely, truly unshakable.
So let's kick things off with a pretty big question. We usually think of confidence like it's the weather, right? Some days it's sunny, some days it's cloudy. It just sort of happens to us. But what if that's completely the wrong way to look at it? What if confidence isn't some fleeting feeling, but something much more solid, something we can actually construct ourselves?
And that is the big idea we're diving into. We're going to completely reframe confidence as an architectural project. Something with a foundation, with pillars. And the most important part? You're the one holding the blueprint. You get to design and build it intentionally. So where does a great building project start? Well, with a solid foundation, of course. So our first move is to figure out how to lay that groundwork, especially if you feel like your confidence has taken a few hits lately and you're kind of in rebuilding mode. Now, here's what's so crucial to get. We're not starting with the fancy roof or the big windows. This part is all about small, deliberate, powerful actions that create a stable base to build on. It's really about proving to yourself, one tiny step at a time, that yeah, you can count on you. So how do we actually lay this foundation? Well, the source material gives us 5 really clear steps. It all starts with small wins, just to get some momentum going. Then a huge one, stop the comparison game. Shift your focus inward. You also learn from your mistakes instead of beating yourself up over them. And finally, you start building real capability by improving just one skill, and you make sure the people around you are actually supporting you. And wow, when you see it laid out like this, the difference is just so clear, isn't it? Look at the left side. When you're constantly comparing, you're basically letting other people decide your value. It's a recipe for doubt. But look at the right. When you focus on your own progress, it's all internal. It's you today versus you yesterday. And that is how you build real, lasting momentum. This quote just nails that third step perfectly. A failure isn't some final judgment on who you are. It's just data. It's information. Shifting to this mindset is an absolute game changer. You figure out what happened, you pull out the lesson, and then, and this is the most important part, you let the blame go. The blame is just dead weight, but the lesson, that's fuel for next time.
Okay, so our foundation is poured and it's solid. Now it's time for the fun part, building upwards. We're officially shifting gears from rebuilding what was lost to proactively constructing the strongest, most confident version of you.
Think of these next steps as the big, strong pillars that are going to hold up your entire inner structure. These are the things that make your confidence not just there, but truly resilient, able to handle the pressure and whatever challenges the world throws at you. And here they are, the pillars. Notice the mix here. It's a balance of what's going on inside your head and what you're actually doing out in the world. You've got the internal work, like building real deep skill and seeing mistakes as growth. But then you have the external actions, acting even when you're not sure, and just having the discipline to keep showing up. That discipline is what turns a wish into a wall. Let's just zoom in on this first pillar, because it is so, so important. Deep confidence is not that whole fake it till you make it thing. Not at all. This is that quiet, solid confidence you get from knowing you've put in the hours, you actually understand the topic, and you've earned your skills through real practice. I mean, this says it all, right? Competence isn't just a pillar. It's the bedrock the whole thing is built on. All the positive self-talk in the world can't replace that deep down feeling of knowing you are truly capable. It creates this amazing feedback loop. The more competent you become, the more confident you feel. That's the solid ground you want to be standing on. So what happens when you run into that feeling? You know the one I'm talking about. That little voice of doubt and uncertainty that pops up right before you have to do something important. What do you do then? You act. This might be the most powerful and kind of backward secret to confidence. We think we need to feel confident before we can act. But the truth is, we have to act in order to build our confidence. Action is the engine. Every single time you push through that uncertainty and do the thing anyway, you're gathering proof that you can handle it. And that builds both your skill and your confidence for the next time. So we've laid the foundation, we've put up the pillars. Now let's step back for a second and take a look at the complete architectural blueprint for this awesome inner fortress of self-trust we've been designing. And here it is, your whole plan all in one page. It's a simple 2-phase approach.
Phase 1, the foundation, is all about getting that trust back with yourself through these small internal moves. Then phase 2, the structure, is about building outward with real competence and action. This is basically your cheat sheet for creating that unshakable self-trust. So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. You are the architect. Your confidence isn't some fragile thing that can get knocked over by a bad day or what someone else thinks. No, it is a fortress that you build, one solid brick, one good decision at a time.
So the blueprint is in your hands. The materials are your actions and your mindset. The only question left is, what's the very first brick you're going to lay today?